In August of 2023, the Bigger Pictures film restoration was commissioned to preserve the 1992 Workprint version of Super Mario Bros. The source for this preservation was a VHS Workprint discovered by Ryan Parente in May of 2019. Originally created during post-production of the film by placing a camcorder in front of a Steenbeck editing machine, the resulting footage displayed VHS generational loss, film damage, cue marks, splices, dirt, and scratches. In addition, the camcorder itself introduced image smearing and contrast issues caused by sudden aperture shifts alternating between dark and bright shots. 5 separate transfers of the VHS tape were completed by Ryan Parente, Christian Dietering, and Skip Elsheimer. A solution was devised to combine the best elements of each transfer. 4 video transfers were overlaid and then synchronized to an all-new, high-end audio transfer.
That's a washer, maybe a hose. You're looking at a 2-hour job. These guys are trying to snow you.
The result was a preservation of the entire VHS tape running at 60 interlaced fields per second, presented open matte with timecode intact and lossless mono audio. This preservation element was then provided to the Super Mario Bros. Archive team. For the Umbrella disc release of the Workprint, the archive conferred with the directors Annabelle Jankel and Rocky Morton, who confirmed their preferred aspect ratio of 1:8:5:1. Reference photos were provided of the on-set monitors that displayed the intended masking parameters established during principal photography. The Workprint was then carefully reframed to the intended ratio, which also removed the timecode. The preservation master was then upscaled, de-interlaced, and decimated to run at a proper 24 frames per second.
It's more than just death. It's being undone.
On the VHS, there were several blank spaces during reel changes, as well as indicators for the start and end of the tape. Since these sections did not contain any true footage, these sections were removed to preserve the flow of the Workprint presentation. A new opening title was created by Chris Ramsey, while the Bigger Pictures created new end title cards using the exact title designs used by the filmmakers for the theatrical cut. The new version was nicknamed the Lasagna Workprint, since like a 5-layer lasagna, this preservation was made from 5 layers or transfers of material. This version of the film is a fascinating look at the behind-the-scenes decisions made in post-production before the final cut was locked. Of special note are several unfinished visual effects shots and alternate dialogue sequences that were replaced during ADR sessions in post.
Has he always been into this stuff?
I just remember while most kids were watching cartoons, I was reading books about dinosaurs. Welcome to my home.
You sure you know where you're going?
It's just ahead.
What is this? Is this your office or something? Doesn't it give you the creeps?
Well, it's more like a home. I feel, I don't know, comfortable down here.
Comfortable? Okay.
Well, this is it.
For the deleted scenes presentation, the Bigger Pictures and the Super Mario Bros. The Movie Archive created a list of scenes to highlight that were removed from the theatrical cut but contained within the Workprint. For this special presentation, the preserved Workprint was treated as raw footage that would need to undergo frame-by-frame restoration and an all-new post-production sound mix.
Hey! Nobody touches my tools.
I understand, but I assume that you understand, Mr. Mario, that nobody messes with our boss.
Our boss, Capella. You know.
Oh, yeah, I know. I grew up with him.
For these scenes, the Lasagna Workprint was upscaled once again to 4K, and the color was regraded in HDR. Every effort was made to stabilize the shots, remove film damage, restore color fade, and even out the brightness and contrast fluctuations caused by the camcorder capture method. Make no mistake, this footage sourced from a VHS will never look as good as a scan from a film-based element. However, it is unknown if these elements were properly preserved or have even survived.
Go!
We're going. After you, Ignatius.
Audio separation software was used to isolate the vocals captured live on set from non-vocal elements added during the Workprint editing process.
Nothing so good for cooling the blood.
These temporary effects and music cues were never intended for a final theatrical mix.
She's the only one that can withstand the force of the meteorite. She was born to it.
More than I. Shock lizard.
Once the vocals were isolated, they were equalized and went through additional cleanup. All new sound effects were post-produced from scratch in 5.1 surround.
Blood. Blood. Glorious blood. Nothing so good for cooling the blood. Blood. Blood.
I'm thinking. Meet the princess. She's the only one that can withstand the force of the meteorite. She was born to it.
More than I. Shock lizard.
Excuse me, sir. Oh, I'm sorry.
New interstitial titles based on the official trading cards were created by Chris Ramsey, who animated a new visual effects shot for the extended Devo chamber sequence. Sound effects contained in the original theatrical cut were used when possible and combined with a newly remixed 5.1 version of the film's original score by Alan Silvestri.
We can't have you spreading your terms around.
But
Not me, please! Millions of years of climbing up from the ooze instantly. Imagine the horror as it all slips away. It's more than just dead. It's being
Undone.
Now, Toad's a bit stressed. You'll have to excuse him if he's a little all over the place. Guards! Arrest these muggers!
Early on, the decision was made not to use music from outside sources to complete the deleted scenes. Only musical cues recorded for or used during the creation of the film were utilized.
Get this. No, come on. Get them. Throw me a bath.
You all right, sir?
Oh, yes, I'm fine. As a matter of fact, I feel very invigorated. After all, I did invent this machine. It's not the first time I've been in this machine, is it? Is it?
Fans of the film may be surprised to learn that there was a temporary version of Spike and Iggy's revolutionary rap that was pre-recorded and presented as part of the Workprint.
Realize what our society has become?
you ever get the feeling you're on automatic pilot? You're going through the motions like waves in the ocean?
That life is a series of brainless notions, and you want to feel something more than empty emotions.
When we met two plumbers
Who had an idea?
they showed us the lake.
And the new frontier.
Mario,
And Luigi.
they know what's right.
We gotta take a stand and put up a fight.
Well, stop and
think this through.
It's time to get rid of
you know who? A radical development is taking place.
Iggy.
And Spike will set the pace. Koopa. The party pooper. The pooper scooper.
It's a crying shame. We're playing his game.
He's got us so tame, it really is
lame.
lame.
We're all so dumb being under his thumb.
Be proud reptilians, we number in the millions.
Look at these goombas.
Shutting us down.
The rule of force
is the rule of this clown.
Koopa.
The party pooper.
The temp music behind the vocals was a looped segment of the song The Power by the German Eurodance group Snap. Since the rap segment was cut during post, the backing track was never completed. The rap flows directly into George Clinton and the Goombas' version of Walk the Dinosaur. Since they shared a near-identical tempo, an extended instrumental version of Dinosaur was used to underscore and bridge the musical gap. And now, here's a look at the newly restored version of this deleted segment.
our society has become?
You ever get the feeling you're an automatic pilot? You're going through the motions like waves in the ocean?
That life is a series of brainless notions, and you want to feel something more than empty emotion.
Well, we met two plumbers.
Who had an idea?
They showed us the light.
And the new frontier.
Mario
and Luigi.
They know what's right.
We gotta take a stand and put up a fight.
Well, stop and
think this through.
It's time to get rid of.
You know who? A radical development is taking place.
Iggy.
And Spike will set the pace. Koopa! The party Koopa! The Koopa Koopa! It's a crying shame.
We're playing his
Game, he's got us so tame. It really is lame.
We're all so dumb being out of his thumb.
Be proud reptilians, we number in the millions.
Look at these cumbas.
Shut us down.
Rule of four.
Get the rule of this clown. Koopa! The party Koopa!
What are we gonna do? Okay, here it is. One hook, scramble, and right fake, okay? Yeah. Get them.
Another musical sequence in search of a solution was the extended celebratory sequence following Koopa's demise. The score was never recorded for this extended segment. The Workprint utilized a placeholder temp track of Smile Darn Ya Smile, never in consideration for use in the final film. The on-set extras and dancers aligned to the same tempo of the earlier rap segment. It was decided to reprise Walk the Dinosaur with a newly mixed variation, creating a mashup of sorts with the elevator version of Somewhere My Love heard earlier in the theatrical cut.
Well done, Spike. Good work, Iggy.
I suppose we did all we could. Now what?
It's time to find a new job.
Super Mario Bros. Will be available on 4K Ultra HD and Blu-ray in February 2024 from Umbrella Entertainment. The team at Super Mario Bros. The Movie Archive and the Bigger Pictures Film Restoration invite you to trust the fungus and walk the dinosaur. After all, this ain't no game.